Caller number one is Peter. I won't say his last name, but he's calling from the 630. Where is the 630, Peter?
630 is the western suburbs of Chicago.
Oh, do they call that Chi-Town? Or the Shire?
Only people that don't live there call it Chi-Town.
Okay, good. Well, that would be me and Jay-Z. So, mad love for Chi-Town. What's your question for Ask Jason?
My question is, I'm kind of the opposite of a prototypical startup founder.
Yep.
I am married, I have 2 children, and a mortgage.
Ouch.
So all those things, and a job, all those things working against me. But I still feel like I should be able to do a startup, or at least I want to.
Right.
So let me give a little background on what I'm working on. I'm making an online version of a trading card game like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon, but with a science and technology theme. I think that that's a good business to get into for a couple of reasons. Number one is that all the games out there are fantasy-themed, monsters and magic.
Right.
And so with a science and technology theme, I would stand out in that regard. Number two, there's lots of parts of the game that work well from a consumer psychology standpoint.
Right.
Buying a pack is like
Sure.
gambling because you want to get something really great. Collecting is addictive. Take it from someone who spent pretty much every dollar he earned between the ages of 13 and 15 buying Magic cards. And because there's so much commitment to get into it, the people that play the game are really big fans. The reason why I think I can succeed in this is because the games that are out there are mostly driven by their brands, because they've built up successful brands over the years, but they're not very good at the online version, the online game. Mainly because they don't want to take away the value of their physical cards.
Right.
They don't want to, kind of like movie companies don't want their
I get it.
to be
I get it.
online.
Mm-hmm. So your question is what?
My question is, given that I have limited time and money resources, but a good idea and skills that I think will help me succeed, what can I do to make the most of what I've got?
This is an excellent question. I get this all the time. Married, I've got kids, I've got mortgages, I've got commitments. Can I do a startup? The answer is very simple, no. Thank you for calling. No, I'm just kidding. Don't hang up. I'm kidding. Jason from a year ago would tell you before my wife got pregnant, this is absolutely impossible. You can't have kids and be a startup founder. But now that my wife's pregnant, I'm absolutely believing that there is some way to make this work. But I'm also terrified of having no sleep and coming to this office and how much energy I'll have. Fred Wilson of AVC.com had a really interesting post about how all the most successful entrepreneurs he had were like in their 20s, and older CEOs couldn't do it, blah, 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 and for whatever reason. And I think there's a couple of things there. One is your mind is very malleable when you're young and you are naive. So you can say, I'm going to make a social network that's better than anything that exists, even though there's a ton of them out there. And, I'm going to do this. And that's what Mark Zuckerberg did, or, Bill Gates when he was young. So when you're young, you're naive and you can think about these really big things and go do it. And there is something to that. The young mind is very open to insane ideas and very risk-taking. As you get older, maybe a little less. However, Evan Williams from Twitter is a second-time entrepreneur, and he's 30-something. He just had a kid, and he's doing it with Twitter. So it can be done. You're going to need help, I think, is the key thing. So you have to, I think the variables are, what is the scope of the project? Is the scope of the project building the largest social network on the planet with 1 billion people? Or is it building a game company that, is educational, et cetera? So I think you've already done yourself a really good service by picking something very niche and that you can accomplish. And then the second thing is, how long have you been an entrepreneur? You're a first-time entrepreneur, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So first-time entrepreneurs are different than your second, third, fourth time up to bat. By the time you get to your second, third, fourth time, it's like a director who's made 3 or 4 films. They have a track record for you, and they can decide if they're going to invest in you or not, and what type of film they would invest in you. So if you've made schlocky, B films, they'll pay for you to do another one of those, and if you made Dances with Wolves, they'll pay for you to make another one of those. But they may not let the guy from Dances with Wolves make Scary Movie, and they may not let the Scary Movie guy make Dances with Wolves. If you catch my drift, you have to know where you're at. And so I think if you have something that's kind of niche like this, what you may want to find is somebody who is like you, who is maybe had a successful exit, who has bank, and who may say, you know what, you've got a great idea and some energy for this. I have some money to put to work, and I'm also passionate about education and passionate about games. Let's see if it's peanut butter and chocolate. And the two of us, wiser, older statesmen, can hire some young folks to bust ass and make this happen. So, it's totally possible. The question is, do you believe it's possible? And you have another dynamic, which is you have to get your spouse on board. So you have to talk to your spouse and say, listen, 3 years without me making anything more than this salary, I'm going to be at the office, these hours, etc. And that's not every spouse is like that. When I got married, had long conversations with my wife about this very issue, which was my DNA is I like to build things, I like to work. I don't see going to work as work, and I am always preoccupied. So that, what do they call that, being present? This is a thing that everybody's girlfriend wants to say, like, oh, you have to be present, I'm not a present kind of guy. I got 7 things on my processor, so my wife forgives me for not being present all the time because she knows I got a lot of stress and a lot of things, balls in the air and whatever. So really depends on your spouse, I think, and the scope of the project, and maybe getting some help. And if you believe it, if you don't believe you can do it, then forget it. Don't even try. But if you believe you can do it and the idea is that good, have the conversation with your wife, find a founder, and make a plan. And that's what you really need to do, is say, I will do this idea if the following things align. I find a founder who's willing to put in $250,000 and give me, a $75,000 salary and understands my position. My wife buys into it, my husband buys into it, and this is the scope of the project and the business plan. So a lot of planning, I think. What do you guys think? You guys have kids, families?
I do.
Yeah. You're military guys. You have to, right? Military guys.
Well, it's interesting.
Yeah.
When we started Ustream, for me, I actually had one kid already. I'm married, and in early '07, I had my second kid. And then I left. My wife and kids were living in Dallas. I left Dallas to move to Silicon Valley for 6 months with John. We met up. We already knew each other, but we decided to both go there and raise money and start the company. And it was a sacrifice. And we come from military backgrounds where that's pretty common, military families. And so it wasn't anything we haven't ever done before. But the biggest key to the success for me had been, one, have my family on board and just being very upfront and clear that the sacrifice we're going to make. And then 2, having a guy I've known and trusted for a long time.
He got your back.
Exactly.
So I think that's key. Maybe when you're older like that and you got the family, you need to have a partner more, because when it hits the fan, and it hits the fan at home and at the job at the same time, gee, my kid is sick and my wife is grumpy and the site is down, you can call the guy like, listen, I got the trifecta right now. Yeah. I need to take care of this. Can you get the developers and get the servers back around? It's like, I got your back, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So.
And I'm married, and I think
no kids yet?
No. My 2 cents for Peter, in addition to everything that was shared, is just if you consider operationally, if you really plan out things very well, I think you can leverage yourself more, and that can scale. So I'd really focus in on planning up front, laying everything out, and if you do that rather than just showing up and reacting to the environment, just kind of have a plan, map it all out, and then you can scale and manage to that. So
one nice thing about going in slow motion is that when I do have time to work on it, it's usually pretty well thought out what I'm going to do and what value it's going to contribute.
But you also got to commit. If you believe in it, I don't know anything about your space, but I was working for the Perot family doing in a completely different industry, and I had a kid and I left for 6 months. In my opinion, if you believe in it, you have to commit. And if you really want to be successful, because like you were saying, where's the gradient for you of where you want to take this? At some point, you have to commit. And if you don't fully commit, that gradient's probably not.
You have to know when you're going to flip that switch. And did you talk to your spouse yet about it?
Yeah, she's sort of taking a wait and see attitude at this point.
Yep. That makes sense to me. Yeah, I think if you also think about the DNA of males versus females, men, this is psychologically proven, I don't mean to be a sexist here, somebody will pull up some documentation to prove this, but women by nature are risk averse because they take care of kids and stuff like that, so she's going to think about it and be like, my number one priority is these kids and making sure that we're safe and the shelter and the food and all that kind of stuff. And then a lot of times, guys, and I'm painting with the white brush here, are crazy risk takers who are like, I'm going to go kill that buffalo or that lion or something, and I'm going to go out leave the home. So I think also appreciating, how your particular spouse thinks, etc., is very important. You have to really put yourself in their shoes with the empathy thing. But I hope that's a good answer, and keep us apprised of how you do.
All right, I will. I've got a website up right now, which is information about it. It's at geekstack.com. If you want to take a look.
Is it geekstack.com?
Geekstack, yeah.
I like that, Geekstack. And the idea here is people can learn from this idea. So it's like a game that's fun, and you're going to learn something.
Right. I mean, just ask any 9-year-old their encyclopedic knowledge of Pokemon, and you'll see how much education you can get out of the game.
I got to tell you, this is a brilliant idea. It's a really, really solid idea. And I'm surprised somebody hasn't done it. And I think that parents, you have a unique insight into that, would buy this. And I think, gosh, it seems to me like making cards is not that expensive. And if you made a prototype of this and made 1,000 packs of cards and sold it on your site and maybe brought it to a couple of stores, and maybe your wife would want to get involved in it if she's got a passion for it. But if you made one that just taught kids simply like, I don't know, history, so Civil War people or people throughout history, and they have different superpowers. Napoleon can do this, and Genghis Khan can do that, and whoever, Caesar can do this with the superpowers, but it has their statistics. I bet you might get some people to do it. And you obviously have a great focus group with your kids. So, man, I'm liking your business. I think you've got something cool here, and I hope that you make it happen.
Well, my plan is to get the online version so I can iterate through game designs until it's really good. Then do small-scale printing of cards. And then with some cards and online and feedback from real customers, then take it to stores and museum, gift shops, and other places where.
It's a great idea. So what do you need? You need a developer. What is your number one weak spot where you need somebody? Is it a salesperson, marketing person to get distribution? Is it a developer to build the site? Is it a designer to do the cards? Where's your big weak spot?
Well, I'm a developer.
Okay,
and
good.
I think I've got that fairly well taken care of. But what I would need is designer, graphic design, artists, things like that.
Okay.
Because I have none of those skills. And that's going to be a big part. The presentation is so important for the game.
So we'll take care of that right now. Hold on a second. Everybody who's watching the show, everybody who can hear my voice, I need you right now to do a tweet. @Geekstack. He's on Twitter. @Geekstack is looking for a partner with design skills to work on an awesomely cool project. If you are a great designer who's got some time on their hands and believes in education, please tweet @Geekstack. And let's try to get him a co-founder. And let's try to get me like 10% of the company for making this happen, Tyler. What do you think?
We just crashed his website.
Oh, sorry, we crashed. Don't worry about it. We can crash Geekstack. It's no problem. We have Geekstack's Twitter account. Everybody tweet. Everybody try to find Geekstack, a designer to work with him. We're going to make this happen. This is going to be like, I want him calling back in 2 or 3 weeks. I want to get the temperature on this. Okay, Alex? All right. So we'll check in with you, but I want everybody to try to find you a founder. And you could go, there's all kinds of local events that you have going on in your backyard.
From?
He's from Chi-Town.
From Chi-Town.
Chi-Town, Chicago.
There's got to be a founder nearby, too.
There's got to be founders nearby. Find one of these people laid off from who did brochures for some financial company or something, who was being oppressed by the man. And they'll just want to break out. And there's got to be some kids coming out of, isn't there School of Design out of Chicago? Isn't that the big Chicago School of Design is the big one? Yeah. Go have coffee with the professor over there and say who's a really great person. Maybe you can find somebody. Somebody's got to know somebody. Get on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a great resource. Not a sponsor of the show, but a great resource nonetheless. I think we're done with Reid Hoffman. Don't call me. We can't take your money. We're done with sponsors. But
I also know some of the guys from Threadless, and so
cool.
They know lots of designers, and that's a route I'm going down to try to find help on this.
Also, check out 99designs.com. 99 Designs, you can put up something for $25 or $50. Somebody in India, Philippines, or home, or Chi-Town, Chicago Institute of Design. People just hang out there and do contests. Make one card and put one card on there for $50. Okay? You have $50?
Yes.
You can do it for $50?
Yes.
Okay. Go on 99 Designs. Put a thing up there, tell them exactly what you want made for $50, and then tweet it back to me at Jason Calacanis or give it to Alex. We'll promote it on the show or whatever, and let's see what somebody comes up with. for $50. And if you need 100 of these made, what are we talking about? 5 large?
Yeah.
That's not that much. Maybe we get them to do a bulk discount, get it for $2,500. We'll have somebody in India or Philippines who $2,500 is like 5 months salary do this for you. We can make this happen. I could probably get an investor to call in. All right, so we'll talk to you in 2 weeks. Good luck with it, and we're all rooting for you. Okay, Peter?
Best of luck, Peter.
Great, thank you.
Good luck.
Cheers. Bye.
Good luck.
You've been watching This Week in Startups. To watch the full episode, click here. To check out some other shows from This Week In, click here.